Hi guys, we've been on the road 3 months full time, so we thought we'd give you an update of how we're going.
So as Chris said, we've been travelling now for 3 months full time on the road travelling Australia. So far we've travelled down the east coast over to Tasmania, spent 2 months there, and we're now heading towards Alice Springs. So we thought we'd give you a bit of an update of how we've gone so far and the tallies and totals of things, so that you can get a bit of an idea just how much it costs.
So as you can probably tell, we're not really doing just a lap. It's probably going to end up a bit of a figure 8 with a heap of zigzags in there. After Tassie, we had to head back up to Yass. We were getting some footage of a company there called Musket Haulage, which I've wanted to do for a long time. So we basically headed up to do that, and then in Tasmania we got to thinking more about the seasons. It was really good weather when we were in Tasmania, especially coming in like with autumn. Like the whole scenery there was really impressive, but we do want to see a lot more of Victoria. But rather than do it all through winter, we thought we'd be better off sort of shooting up. We're going to meet Steph's family in out at Ayers Rock and check that out. We're also going to check out the Fink Desert Race, which I've wanted to do for years. So we're going to do that, then carry on north and do the Kimberley in the good season, I suppose, in the dry. Then we'll work our way back down the coast of Western Australia and then back across, and we'll see South Australia and Victoria in the warmer months. So at the moment we've been to Yass. We've got the videos done with the Musket Haulage group. Now we're sort of heading west. We're about an hour and a half outside of Mildura at the moment, and we're just sort of going to head into South Australia and then carry on up to Alice Springs. We're going to get Scout pet sat at Alice Springs for a week or two.
Yeah, probably at least 2 weeks.
Yeah.
So we can go do Fink, Ayers Rock, Kings Canyon, all of that without having to worry.
Yep. So we'll have him pet sat and we'll take off and do those few things. There's a few things we want to get done around there. I really want to go to the Transport Hall of Fame and stuff like that. And then at this stage we're planning to carry on up north. We'll probably check out around Darwin, that sort of area, and then head west and do the Kimberley.
Yeah, I'm really looking forward to that.
Yep. So we've been on the road 90 days now, 3 months, so we just thought now was a good time to give you a bit of an update of where we're up to, a bit of our costs, spending, that sort of thing.
Yeah, but before we go into that, a bit of a summary on how we've gone so far and the places we've gone so far. So as we said, we sort of travelled down the east coast a bit more inland and then went across to Tasmania. We had 2 months over there.
Yep.
And we did almost everything. We visited almost all the areas. The only thing that we sort of missed that I would have liked to see is that Ben Lomond National Park with all the switchbacks up the mountain, which looked awesome. But other than that, we got to do a few tracks which we weren't really expecting that we were going to be able to do. We met some awesome people, and it was really awesome to spend that time and those days with people, sort of going through those tracks and navigating it all. So we were really happy that we were able to do that. The next few videos that you'll see, obviously the last one we released was Climbies. We've done a few since then in Tassie, and we filmed those, so you'll be able to see what we got up to in those areas, and we're so glad that we were able to do those. And sort of since then we've come back over from Tasmania, and quite at the moment Yeah, so at the moment we're just off the highway heading towards Mildura at Lake Bernani, I think it's called. It's literally just off the highway. It looks like a rest stop, but as you drive in, it sort of turns into a beach, really sandy shore that opens up into this like beautiful lake. So we've spent the afternoon here and we'll head into Mildura in the morning to get a wheel alignment.
And just, yeah, rotate the tyres and that sort of thing. As you probably saw in our first month update, we were doing a fair few kilometres. We have sort of continued that pattern, but a lot of that was to do with getting back up to Yass, and then getting out. We're heading to Alice Springs to meet Steph's family.
And also around Tasmania, my mum flew in, and so we did a bit of a loop with her and then revisited some of those areas. So it was a bit all over the place while we were down there. Yeah,
so we have sort of done a fair bit of driving, but we kind of knew the first few months would probably be like that, especially when we started setting schedules to meet. Needing to get places and that sort of thing. So we were really impressed with Tasmania. 2 months wasn't enough there. We definitely want to go back.
It was absolutely breathtaking.
Yeah.
Just so beautiful.
Yeah, we did do a bit on the west coast, but I'd love to get back there and spend more time.
Do the Belfour track if there was anyone around that wanted to do it as well. That would be awesome. Yeah,
we were going to do the $1,000 track or the Coldstream track outside of Waratah, but basically we just got warned off it and said, a lot of people were just saying it's just all risk, no reward. It wasn't, you don't get anything out of the track apparently. It's just more of a weekend warrior sort of thing, like, you know, go out and bash through it. It's not that you get to really scenic areas or anything like that, so we thought we'd leave that one behind. But we were really happy with what we got done. We did, you know, Montezuma and Climies and all that sort of stuff. We've done videos on them. And we're really impressed with how the car went on all of those trips. We never got stuck, we never had car issues, nothing broke, yeah, nothing at all. The only we got the winch out a few times to help other people. That was it. It was really reassuring of how the car's set up, to know that it's quite capable.
Yeah.
Even it was quite funny, a lot of people we were meeting on the tracks were all in Land Cruisers of like from 105 series to 79 series and all that, and it was just funny because a lot of the things we were doing, the guys in the Land Cruisers were saying, oh, you know, it's easy because you've got a Patrol, and you just think, well, it just shows how good the car, like the Patrol, does go off-road, and it is very capable.
Yeah, it was really nice, and the people that we met over those tracks, Climies and Montezuma,
yeah,
awesome. It was so cool. Just, you know, like pulling up at Climies, that first little section, we, you know, came across a few bog holes and we could see there was no really safe section to winch off if we did get stuck. Within 10-15 minutes there was a few different cars behind us, and we were able to navigate the whole track together and know that if we did need to winch or something, that there were other cars there. And we were so glad we met those people. They were just so awesome. And some of those people, like one of the cars we met, Scott, we spent a few days with and did a couple of tracks with.
Yep.
It was just, yeah, an awesome experience, and it's just something you wouldn't have done if you were just on a short schedule, that you were just doing holidays away from your job.
Yeah.
Traveling full time, it's just completely different.
And it does show, Obviously a lot of people that do travel Australia and do the big lap are going to be on their own in their vehicle. There's always going to be people out there you meet along the way and are happy to help. A really positive thing in the four-wheel drive community seems to be everyone's happy to help each other. It doesn't matter what you drive, what you're doing, whether you're a full-time traveller or just out for a weekend bash. Everyone likes helping each other out.
Yeah, and it doesn't matter how set up you are, as long as you're willing and you're on the track, people are going to help you through it no matter what setup you have.
Yeah.
So basically this is just a quick update on what we're doing, where we are and how we've gone so far and what the plan is next. So at the moment we're near Mildura, just outside of it, and as we've stated before, we're heading up towards Alice Springs. We're going to drop Scout off at a pet lodge, pet kennel type thing, and then head down to Fink and then do Ayers Rock with my mum. So that's the next few months, and then Kimberley's from there. So far we're just going to do a bit of an update for you of how we've gone with fuel and campsites and all of that, and give you a bit of an update as to how much it costs, how much it has cost, and how far we've gone so far.
Probably our biggest one-off cost so far has been after Tasmania. We were due for a service on the Patrol. By the time we got back to Victoria, we'd done over 10,000 Ks, about 11,000 or so. And I booked the car in with Patrol Apart in Lilydale, Victoria. The car was with them for 2 days and we got a lot done there on top of just a normal service. They went through the whole car, but we also got stuff we've been wanting to get done for a while, like some new door seals and all that sort of stuff. So that cost was a bit over $3,000, but it was a lot in parts, not just labour and stuff like that. And
those guys were able to move things around, they could see it was a bigger job than normal, and that we weren't going to be, we weren't local and weren't going to be in the area for that long, and they pushed 2 days aside and moved things around just to help us out, which was really, really helpful. Yeah,
and like I said, it sounds like a lot, but a lot of that was in parts that I wanted put on the car, like door seals and that sort of thing. And I really wanted them to do it because they know Patrols inside and out, and I just said, you know, go through the car and whatever needs doing, get it done. Knowing as well, after that we were going to be travelling more remote, I really wanted the peace of mind that someone had gone over the car.
Yeah, and it was really nice. It was the first place that had ever taken the time to actually go over absolutely everything that they'd done and explain why they'd done it, where the issues were and why they'd fixed it, and other things that we'd maybe flagged that might have been an issue. They said, yep, we did that, or no, that was an issue and this is why. And also this is what you should look out for in the future. So it's given us a bit of an idea of what we might be looking at down the track. And just a really good overall view of the car as it is right now.
So we'll give you the 3-month totals, which we've added from our first month on the road video in here for you. Now keep in mind, we don't keep every single dollar, we don't keep track of every single dollar and figure. We basically just keep track of accommodation costs, fuel, and that's mainly what we sort of worry about, to give anyone with a similar setup a rough idea. We're on day 90 right now. We have travelled in 90 days 14,198 kilometres, which is pretty big. So in 90 days, we did keep a few extra costs for you. Our gas costs for our gas bottles on the back. We've spent in 90 days $7.50
Whoa.
on gas refills. We've only used one 1.25 bottle completely, and then we're on our second. We've had one filled up. The biggest thing with this is we use our jet boil a lot for anything we can cook
Boiling water or drink.
boil on it.
Yep.
And we use public electric barbecues a lot.
If you stop in a park, nice weather during the day, why not stop, cook some bacon, eggs or whatever on the public barbecue. It's really nice, and you can have a nice big flat area. We just put foil down and cook whatever we want, and then keep going.
So in 3 months, $7.50 on gas for 2 people is very, very cheap. Even if you were cooking a lot more on gas, I don't feel that it'd be a huge amount either. So in 3 months, we've spent $28 on outside transportation, which is a ferry at Corinna in Tasmania we had to pay for. We're not including the Spirit of Tasmania here, just because everyone's setup is going to be a really different cost. If you're just in a 4-wheel drive or you have a camper trailer caravan, it's all going to be different. In 3 months we have had to stay in a hotel once. When the car was getting serviced, we had to stay in a hotel in Lilydale for 1 night, which was $145. And funnily enough, 1 night in a hotel was the night that I got sick. I caught a cold, I think from the air conditioning system or something like that.
But we've been so healthy otherwise. I usually catch the cold like quite badly every year at least, and I get a chest infection. I have to have at least like a week off work, and I haven't had that yet. Being outside and moving and all that has obviously been better than sitting in an office.
So for the 90-day total, we have averaged 157.75 kilometers per day, which is really, really high. Like I said, with schedules we've got to meet, getting to and from places. Steph's family meeting us in Tasmania and doing a whole extra lap. We've been doing a lot of kilometers. So that has boosted us up. So in 90 days we've spent $2,857 on fuel. We don't have a up-to-date litres per 100 tally, but the car has been going really well on fuel, especially in the cooler weather and the long flat open areas out in rural Victoria and New South Wales.
And also our odometer wasn't working for a while, and
Patrol Park got it fixed.
We were able to get a new one there, so at least we can be a bit more precise on that from now on, which will be good.
So we're a bit under $1,000 a month in fuel, but we are driving a lot. So
we've been moving a fair bit.
Hopefully, I don't know if it will, that might slow down, but we are going sort of outback, and I think we'll
get
do
over
a few
$2
Ks.
a litre, and
but on the plus side, our accommodation has plummeted. Well, it's come down. So all we've held back on this tally was the 1 night in a hotel room, which, like we said, was $145. So
Scout, come here. Come here. Come here.
okay, so all we've held back on is the $145 for one night in a hotel room, which was for what we see is sort of outside control, like the car getting serviced. It was taking 2 days, we had to do it. So apart from that, in 3 months we've spent $403 in accommodation, which averages out at $4.47 per night. Which is crazy.
Like, even when you think about living in a house, either if you own it or rent it, it's what, $300-400 a week. So that's just craziness when you've been able to travel the country.
Yeah.
And that your accommodation is that low.
And another thing with that total is that's higher than we actually need it to be. When Steph's family met us in Tasmania, we were staying at powered caravan parks and stuff like that, which were like $30 a night. That's about as high per night as we've spent, but the amount of nights for free that we've camped, like right here where we are on this lake, toilets just over there, beach to ourselves, lake to ourselves, is free. So that number could even be less again, but we're pretty happy with $400 for 3 months. $400 for 3 months accommodation is really, really good.
Yeah, especially when you're traveling, like it's cheaper than living at home.
Yeah, and every now and then we are happy to pay extra to stay in a caravan park or somewhere like that with hot showers and Wi-Fi and
power to just, like, the main thing is just uploading videos to continue that and sort of share what we're doing.
Without us running a laptop and cameras and stuff to film videos, we wouldn't need any 240 volt power at all.
No, it wouldn't even be worth paying for it.
Yeah, I actually think we could, with the battery set up in the Patrol, get away without any 240 volt.
But it's sort of a bit of more reassurance to know we can sort of sit there, edit while there's constant 240 going, upload, and then sort of have it all done at once.
Yeah, and also if, like, we've been at places that are $10 a night or $15 with power, so we'll just pay the extra $5 and get 240 volt and you know, run our laptop and stuff like that and not have to worry about it. But we definitely don't need it. The solar and the battery capacity has been more than enough.
Yeah, so that's 3 months on the road traveling Australia full time. We thought we would just update you on where we're at, where we've gone and where we're going. So thank you so much for everyone that supports us, gives us great comments, supportive comments, and if you've got any questions or anything about our setup or anything like that about traveling full time, be sure to comment below. We always get back to everybody. We appreciate everyone that watches and all of our subscribers, and we're being really, really happy about everybody that's subscribing and following along with our journey.
Thanks for watching, guys. We'll see you in the next one.
Bye.